All right. So, who wants to talk about our next rapper who went in on race?
Who?
Common? Oh, Common.
Common, yes. Is he even a rapper these days?
You know what? He in the get money business, and I respect it.
It's like he's so politically correct. I was so shocked that he said anything about, you know, race, especially when it wasn't, you know, pertaining to, you know, blacks doing better. Just, you know, I didn't see the actual comment, so I really can't actually say what exactly he said. But I knew it was on the lines of, you know, do we need to treat white people better or something for racism?
I mean, that was a bit of a skewed generalization. I mean, basically what he said was we should treat.
It's like you about to repeat me.
Not anything to fear from like Common seeking retribution against me. Who the fuck am I? Anyway, he was like, we should treat white people like a crazy woman that we are in a relationship with. Like, I understand that we have issues, but I'm trying to leave all that in the past and let's forget about that and work it out.
Well, what I will say is that's different. It's definitely different from how they summed up his statement. I'm trying to figure out if it's better or worse.
You said different as in that was not nearly what you read.
Right. I mean, honestly, like, I did watch his interview, and the one thing that he said that I took issue with was, like, not that we should attempt to extend an arm of peace. That's not a new debate. That's the Malcolm Martin debate. Welcome to 1950 whatever. The thing that I took issue with was the fact that he said we need to forget about it. If we are ever going to make any progress in terms of race relations, one thing that has to happen is white people have to understand, and black people have to understand, how so many things that we just slap the label of racism on are not born necessarily of people's attitudes anymore as much as they are institutions that were created by racist attitudes a long time ago, right? There are just some things that persist institutionally, from economics to government to education to all across the board. And those things have to, like, we have to dissect where those things came from. You can't forget. You have to, like, think about all of these intersections of stuff that have created what we now just label racism.
One thing I heard that happened in South Africa after apartheid is they had reconciliation, where they had these discussions and they were able to kind of grow and heal faster than we have in America, because after slavery was over, we had Jim Crow and lynching, you know, and other legal ways to discriminate. And I've heard mixed reviews. Some people say that has made race relations better in South Africa than they are in the United States. Other people have said that it's not exactly healthy there. But I don't know why we're afraid to talk about these things. Why do we feel like we can ignore it and it go away and it solves the problem?
I mean, because I feel like America is trying real hard to pretend that we don't have any skeletons in our closet. And so you can't attempt to bury something that you are saying has never died and lives in your closet or whatever. I am screwing this metaphor up. Thank you, Peach Vodka.
It's fine. It's fine. Common go find you and your headboard.
Come on, Common. Come on, boo. We can talk about this face to face. We can.
It only reminds me of like the episode of Martin when Gina got her head stuck in the headboard. That's all I was thinking about too.
Connie,
on Twitter, Connie says she unfollowed Common on IG after he made that comment about race.
He didn't say that.
Doc Bean said the same thing. Who else? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Connie said Lonnie Lynn, a.k.a. Common, he can't sit with us. Like, people are not feeling Common, and I don't understand why. Why do you people have a problem with extending a hand of love to the white folks? And, I mean, if we just did that, racism would be over. We
Well,
can earn an equal wage. We won't get hung. We won't get beat on by cops. All we have to do is just love white folks.
Y'all
And
y'all
leave
overstated the point the man made, but I, I understand your critique.
Okay, well, I guess my question is, would you think people would be against blacks being the bigger person? Because that's all I really think is that, you know, people want white folks to get on their knees
Thank you,
and put
Connie,
their
for
hands out
clearing
and
that up.
says we are sorry for all the shit not even we did, our people's.
No, I don't want the "I'm sorry for whatever I did" apology that you get from your man when he don't really know what you mad at him about. No, I am not interested in that. What I want is like to acknowledge that slavery and all institutions that extended from it like did not end when we elected a black president. That is what I want to happen.
yeah.
And for us to have a conversation about how these things still impact the kids that sit in my classroom every day. That's the conversation that I want to have, Starbucks. Let's have that talk.
I think you should bring it up at Starbucks with all the white people that's there.
That's a good way for me to get arrested at a Starbucks.
Erica, go and stand on the table with your iPhone. You have to record it in Starbucks and make that speech and see what happens.
Well, I wouldn't stand on the table though. I would stand next to the bar.
Stand on the chair. You gotta make yourself known.
No, but
And
you
just-
know what? AJ, Creole Ugly, he commented, Oprah said racism will die off with the old folks. But when young college kids sing racist songs in 2015, and I think that's even something that Jay-Z said at some point, like, oh, you know, racism will be over because, you know, we have these young kids who are listening to hip-hop and they like rap. How can they be racist if they love Snoop Dogg and all of this stuff? It's like...
Which that contradicts what he said in his book. Well, maybe not. Jay-Z, I think the comment that he said in his book, Decoded, which is a great book, y'all should read it. He said something about class. I get that's what he said. He said money doesn't buy you out of racism. You can have all the money in the world and you're still a nigger. Trick Daddy said that long before.
Thank you, Trick Daddy.
Profit, Trick Daddy.
It's rare that we get a Trick Daddy quote in life, so I'm happy that you pointed that out.
Yes.
Trick Daddy is prophetic. Respect Daddy dollars.